SlamBall playoffs are set. The Diablos will play the Bouncers, and the Steel will face the top seed Rumble in the semifinal games.
SlamBall is played full court, 4-on-4 hockey-style contact rules in the open floor. 15-second shot clock, that keeps the pace of the game going. A slam dunk is worth 3 points. 16-minute games are played in 2 8-minute halves. But what I like most are the face-offs for all the fouls that are called.
All right, Reggie, let's take a look at the starters.
And the Diablos are a banged-up crew. Their go-to guy is David Jackson, but injured Anthony White is going to have to give them big minutes off the bench.
And Coach Mark Ellis will see if his club can beat the Bouncers for the second week in a row.
And for the Bouncers, it's all about the Ghetto Bird, Chris Young. They need to keep the ball in his hands. Also, Rob Wilson must dominate on the defensive end.
The fiery Coach Planels will once again look to rally his team, now 1 victory away from the championship game. So the winner moves on to the inaugural SlamBall title game. There's a genuine bad blood between these teams. They both have the same record, and they split their regular season meetings 1-1. So we are ready for the bounce-off. Albert Jones and Rob Wilson. Diablos control the bounce, but quickly turn it over. Rick Maiden. Big bounce. Oh, rejected by David Jackson, and we head the other way.
Jackson, the heart and soul of this team. You know he's playing with a broken jaw and a few other injuries.
Mason Gordon finds Ray Ross. Ross puts the line in the coconut.
Wilson took last week's loss personal. I don't think you're going to see him let too many of those shots go tonight.
So Diablos up 3-0, 7:25 to go in the first half. Here comes Maiden. Wow, strikes back for the Bouncers.
Pat, the Bouncers are going right where Anthony White usually plays. And right here, Albert Jones is no match for Maiden in the middle.
Ross finds Jackson. He can't convert. Little scuffle, and Ross gets the loose ball and a whistle. And that is a held ball situation. Possession always goes to the defense. Bouncer ball.
Pat, the Diablos like to play rough. Now, the Bouncers like to run up and down the floor. They're going to have to make some adjustments and play physical tonight.
Oh, was that physical enough for you, Reggie?
Well, Wilson's on a mission. He's the #1 draft pick. He wants to be in the finals.
Bouncers up by 3, 6:40 to go in the first half. Ross gets caught mid-bounce and turns it over. So the Bouncers on the attack, Bailey with it. Over to Maiden. Up and under, nice touch, the Bouncers with 8 unanswered. Jackson lofting up high. Oh, Wilson slams the door in his face. Bailey up with the garbage, and the Bouncers looking to increase the lead. Here comes Young. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, that was nice. The Ghetto Bird takes flight and puts his chest right in Albert's face. I think Coach Ellis has seen enough. He's putting a stopper back in the game, Anthony White, but I'm not sure how well he's going to be able to play with that bad shoulder.
And the Diablos turn it over again. If they are not more focused, they're going to get blown right out of this gym.
Pat, how can you make so many mistakes in a playoff game and expect to win? The Diablos are completely out of sync.
Bailey cans the 3. That's 14 in a row for the Bouncers, and they lead by 11. Finally, Ray Ross breaks the spell. The Diablos cut it back to single digits.
Well, Ross is their energy guy. He's a football free safety. He only knows one speed. That's balls out, full throttle.
Maiden goes in, and there's Anthony White making his presence felt. And Diablos slowing it down after the miss. Jackson, big lob, and Ray Ross converts it again.
Oh, that is so sweet. Look at the view. Great camera work. Jackson and Ross combined for the nice 3.
Bouncers by 5, and Wilson goes to the rack. White again says no. But Bailey with it, and Bailey connects the long distance with his second outside shot of the night. And White up from stopper. He attacks with a vengeance. A dramatic change of direction on the side tramp.
Look at White go parallel right here. Pat, I thought this guy was injured. Look at that ability. That's just a lot of heart there.
Here comes Wilson looking for payback. No, Wilson missed that one. And Ross going end to end. Ray Ross lighting it up. He's got 9, and the Diablos kept the lead to 2.
Pat, check this out. Since Anthony White has come in the game, the Diablos are on a 12-3 spurt. and give a lot of credit to Coach Ellis for making a timely decision.
Just under 4 to play in the first. Bouncers up by 2. Maiden to the rack. No, White with another stop.
I mean, White ought to get hurt more often. The Diablos right now have great momentum.
Ooh. Oh, well, they didn't go back.
Chris Young, the former long jumper, makes like Bob Beamon with the strong platen finish. When this guy gets it going, nobody can soar like him.
Right now, Ross looking for more. Oh, but this time Wilson denies. Wilson outlets to Herring now in the game. He goes up and over White for 2. And the Bouncers push the lead back to 7. Diablos turnover again. And the ball up to Herring. Herring float on with a nice touch. The Bouncers are on a title mission here in the playoffs. Even the bench is clicking.
Pat, where did Jerry Herring come from? This guy didn't play much during regular season, but tonight has given his team a nice lift.
Here's White. He dishes to Gordon, and Gordon lets it fly, and he gets his first hoop of the night, 24-18 Bouncers. An errant pass off the glass, retrieved by Gordon, racking up the LBRs. Diablos can cut it to 3. 2:28 to go in the first half. Jackson over to Ross, and he throws it down, but a whistle on the play.
Can't have 2 players in the same team in the trap at the same time. White and Ross get caught under the basket. Good call by the referee.
The basket is waved off. Bouncers up by 6 in a game of streaks. Bailey's 3 is long. Gordon, nice pass ahead to Jackson. And DJ throws it down. It's a 3-point game, 24-21 Bouncers.
Are you kidding me? Broke jaw, break this. Jackson throws down. That's a big roundhouse. All of a sudden, the Bouncers look soft on the defensive end.
Well, the Diablos are known as a comeback team, and they are doing just that. Bailey spins out of trouble right there, gets the ball to Young. Oh, and a high-wire collision with White.
Chest-to-chest, mid-air collision. That's what I like. And Diablos, that's what their defense is made of. These guys are not afraid of contact. Albert Jones, normally a bench player, comes in the game and brings a lot of energy.
Ray Ross going end-to-end, and Ross somersaults into that bottom tramp. Now Gordon with it. And he converts for 2, and the Diablos have fought back. They trail by only 1. And the winner of this one earns a spot in the title game. Herring with the jumper, no. But Dion Bailey with the hammer and the hang.
Oh, that's a nice effort by Herring. The coaches always say, never stop playing. Look at the second effort by Bailey. Sweet.
1 minute left in the first half. The Bouncers up by 4. White attacks the rim, but how about the D?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Rob. Get it on out.
Jackson diving for the ball. Bailey recovers. Herring with it. To the rim and beyond. Jerry Herring is in fuego. Unknown entering this game, and he's got 7 for the Bouncers here in the playoffs.
Well, Herring gives the Bouncers another player off the bench that can score.
Here's White. And drives a stake for Wilson's heart.
That is a big play. White's been sensational in the first half. 9 points and 3 blocks.
Herring for 3. Ross snags the miss. And Ross drives it up. Goes strong right to the hole, but no. Wilson there for yet another stop. Jackson trying to get on track. He got it. Seconds left in the half. Wilson, quick outlet to Young.
Patterson forces that miss.
And what a half. The Bouncers jumped out to an 11-point lead, but Anthony White and Ray Ross helped the Diablos close the half on a 26-16 run. Second half of this elimination game, as expected, the Bouncers and the Diablos both came out fighting so hard.
Well, no face-offs. There's been a lot of action. The referees are letting them play as they do when playoff time starts to roll around. But when you start talking about what's happening with the Bouncers, it's been a collective situation for them. Bailey and Herring really come into play in the first half. Now, if you're talking about the Diablos, where is David Jackson? He's been a star all season, but he has not showed up so far in this game.
Start of the second half. There's the bounce off. The Bouncers control the ball. Young goes right to the tramps, and a foul on Ray Ross.
Finally, the first face-off of the game, Pat. Ross clipped Young going into the trap, and that's a no-no.
So the smaller Ross trying to bring down the Ghetto Bird. Ross and Young both top scorers for their teams tonight. Oh, Chris Young exploring the SlamBall universe.
I'll tell you what, Pat. Chris Young is delivering a message right here. He said, if you want to get to the title game, you got to go through me first.
Bouncers extend to a 4-point lead, 7:20 left in the game. And Dion Bailey grabs the miss and knocks the stuffing out of that muffin.
Bailey, the designated outside shooter on this club, swoops in and gets the uncharacteristic squash at the rim.
Well, Herring and Bailey both with extra effort so far. Bouncers up by 7. Patterson up.
Oh, yes, he can finger roll.
And Young to the hole. And he puts a dent in Jackson's fender on that. Jackson jumped forward into Young, and that's why the airborne contact was illegal.
Man, Jackson is going to need at least a couple of months in ICU to recover after this season. This guy is something else.
So it'll be the high-flying Ghetto Bird against David Jackson. Broken jaw and all. Young.
Oh!
Jackson skies to deny.
Pat, that is the best face-off block I've seen all year. Look how Jackson puts his ass on the rim to get this block.
Well, Jackson hasn't been heard from much tonight. He must be feeling the effects of those injuries.
Well, right here, Pat, this is the most dangerous aspect of slam ball. The going up is easy. The coming down on top of each other, that's when the injuries occur.
Bouncers get the ball back after the face-off. 5:40 to go in the first semifinal game. The Bouncers on top by 5. Jackson grabs the loose ball up to Patterson. Diablos on the drive. Oh, Gordon redirects the errant shot for a nice three.
Danae Smith, the slam ball, chest to the rim. Gordon reaches all the way across the hoop to put this one home.
Gordon brings the Diablos to within 2 with 5:15 left in the game. A spot in the title game is on the line. Patterson with a violent block. Here's Young. Oh, he tumbles to earth and takes who else? Jackson along with him.
And that's a good judgment call by the referee, not blowing his whistle. Both players were still moving.
Patterson with it. Out to Ross. Excellent ball movement by the Diablos. Jackson. Oh, claims the three-point slam and the lead.
What a great possession by the Diablos. 4 passes around the horn, ended up in the hands of Jackson, who lowers the boom with his left hand.
And the Diablos surge back to take the lead, hunting for a berth in the championship game. Wilson, middle of the floor, cannot get it past Calvin Patterson. Not a lot of minutes for Anthony White here in the second half, but the role players are filling the void. Albert Jones going hard to the hole. And Dion Bailey taking a turn at stopper makes a nice play. Jackson tries again. Oh, awful hard.
Hey, listen, if the Diablos win this one, I'm going with David Jackson for MVP. This dude has the armor of a Brinks truck and just keeps bringing it every time.
12 unanswered for the Diablos. Great block by Ross. And Gordon with the bullet pass down court. Mixmaster DJ on that.
Oh, Pat, look, if people could just see how beat up this guy is, I'm amazed at how hard he keeps playing.
Trailing by 1 at the half, Diablos now lead by 7.
The Bouncers have to get the ball to Young, and they haven't done it at all this half. Mayton's been invisible, and the wheels have fallen off the Bouncers' playoffs hopes.
Well, Gordon, uncontested, can't connect, but he's grabbing his own miss to Jackson. And Jackson, he finally misses one. Young, across to Brolowski. For 3, hits it, finally breaking the spell. Back on the other side, Ross from the side, mano-a-mano with Wilson, and Wilson with the denial.
Wilson comes up with a big block right there.
Anthony White back in for the Diablos. Out to Young, and a rare jump shot, no. Diablos on the counterattack. Patterson, up and under. And there's Ross with the great follow.
That's just a nice play. Some guys just have a great knack of knowing where the ball is, and Ross is one of those guys.
Young, coast to coast, goes right up against White.
Young makes a nice juke move right here. Watch him go right back to a strong hand. He cuts the lead to 4 with a monster dunk. And I'm going to say it again and again. Get the ball to the Ghetto Bird.
2:40 to go in the game. The winner will play for the inaugural SlamBall title. And Wilson with the turnover. The Bouncers looking to trim the lead. Herring with the floater. And White goes soaring to the top of the backboard for that stop. I mean, what a gutsy effort we have seen from him here tonight. Bouncers have it again. And Berlowski looking for Young.
Oh, wow! They go through the door. That's just sheer power. Knock the door right off the hinges. Oh, my. That's SlamBall, people.
The handymen are here. We've got a timeout, and the Diablos lead by 4. We are back. The Diablos up by 4. Maestro Clark has an update on Anthony White.
Hey, White just went into the door on a collision. They knocked the door off. He got a cut on his hand, but he said he delivered the hit while they were going for the ball, and that's part of SlamBall. Both guys are okay. A little bit of tape, we back in action.
Chris Young, what just happened there? We haven't seen anything like that in SlamBall yet.
Me and White, neither one of the teams want to lose, and the system can't hold us. They can't hold us. They should have built it stronger, because we're going to go for the ball, because neither one of us want to lose.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right, get back out there.
When White and Young went through the glass, no possession was ruled, so the hell ball goes to the defense. Diablos will inbound.
And both White and Young are good to go. They're back out there.
Here's the doorman. White, and nearly takes down the basket this time.
And White is flat out wrecking the joint tonight.
Perry trying to close the gap. Nice reach over Patterson for 2. And cutting the Diablos lead to 5. White goes up strong, and he's sent packing by Wilson. Here comes Young. He goes up long and strong, and he's turned away by Ray Ross.
Pat, the defense is really picking it up a notch. Both teams facing elimination, and every player has had to get in there and block shots tonight.
So the hell ball goes to the defense. Diablos will inbound. Here's White. Feeds it off to Ross, and Ross misses the layup. But Maiden ahead to Bailey. Stalls it up and puts it in for 2. And the Bouncers trail only by 3 with just over a minute left in this game. Diablos working the clock. Ross along the glass. Jackson near the sidelines. Penetrates, and a heap of players under the basket. A whistle, 2 Diablos in the tramp, and Jackson in obvious pain. And the Bouncers only down by 3. They will get the ball with a chance to tie. Still a 1-possession game.
And all that punishment finally caught up with Jackson.
The Bouncers need to work quickly. They go to the big man. Wilson and Anthony White rise up, and he cancels that check. Patterson retrieves it for the Diablos with a chance to seal it. 25 seconds to go in this game. And the Bouncers should be
They got to press.
pressing. They got to press this D. Shot clock running down. Here comes White. White in with the floater.
Good defense. You got a
Give it
chance. You got it to your star.
This is a big basket.
Oh,
no.
Oh, he couldn't get it done. Patterson making the biggest stop of the season for the Diablos.
They will advance to the first ever SlamBall championship game with a thrilling 49-46 win over the Bouncers.
And what a big play down the stretch. Patterson making a big stop. But if you're a star like Chris Young is, you got to be able to make that play no matter who's back there.
All right, Reggie, Maestro Clark is with a very happy bunch.
I'm here with the Diablos and Coach Ellis after the big win. Coach, tell us how to stop and play, helped or hurt your team.
I told you, we just needed that little slump buster. That's all we needed. A-White put that guy in the door, and it was all over from that point. It changed the whole momentum around, and we were able to seal the deal.
The Reebok MVP was David Jackson. He's got a broke jaw, bruised thigh, broke finger, and still comes up with 15 points and 4 slams.
For the first time, and I'm not even going to get emotional, but for the first time, I said, I might not see these guys tomorrow, let them report here. I'll let you know what time you're coming back here tomorrow.
Yeah!
We're going to go get one. Bring it in here. Bring it in here.
Let's go.
Bring it in here. Let's go. Diablos on 3. 1, 2, 3. Diablos!
And the play of the game goes to Anthony White. White plows Chris Young right through the glass and sparks his team to a victory. Do not go anywhere. The second semifinal is next. Rumble still, and somebody's going home.